Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Heat fans get welcome distraction from Jimmy Butler saga with Tyler Herro All-Star news. Miami Heat fans have not been having much fun the past few months, with the Jimmy Butler trade saga dragging on and stealing all the headlines. It's been easy to gloss over how good of a season Tyler Herro is having. Well, it's impossible to ignore Herro now, because the new face of the Heat is officially an NBA All-Star. On Thursday night, the league announced the reserves for both the East and West, and Herro will be representing the Heat in the Bay Area next month. Subscribe to the Whiteboard, Fansided's daily email newsletter on everything basketball. If you like the Whiteboard, share it with a friend. If you don't like it, share it with an enemy. This is a pretty nice distraction for Heat fans from the drama that Jimmy Butler has brought with his trade request and subsequent suspensions. Tyler Herro is ignoring the drama and simply hooping. This is an extremely well-deserved nod for the 25-year-old, former Kentucky Wildcats star. In his sixth season, Herro has exploded as an offensive juggernaut for Miami, averaging 24.1 points, 5.6 rebounds, and 5.4 assists. Now he heads out west for the NBA's All-Star Game. With all the outside noise surrounding the Heat this season, Herro has simply put his head down and gotten to work. He looks sharper than he ever has, his handle is more refined, his facilitation is by far the best it's been, and he's kept the Heat afloat with Butler in and out of the lineup. At 23-23, the Heat are currently in the number 7 seed in the East and somehow competing for a playoff spot in a mess of an Eastern Conference. Herro joins Jaylen Brown, Pascal Siakam, Darius Garland, Cade Cunningham, Evan Mobley, and Damian Lillard as a reserve for the Eastern Conference. Heat's Bam Adebayo defends Kel'el Ware after rough outing versus Cavs. Miami, as the Miami Heat lost to the Cleveland Cavaliers on Wednesday night, 126-106, it was a down performance from the highly awaited frontcourt of Bam Adebayo and Kel'el Ware. While the Heat duo of Adebayo and Ware has been impressive so far, the team was vastly out-rebounded by Cleveland, which led to the veteran defending the rookie. It would be another start for the frontcourt, but the opposing team would end up out-rebounding Miami 47-35, and even looking at points in the paint, the Cavaliers outscored the Heat 68-38. Adebayo would be asked if there is concern with the team going with two bigs in the aftermath, which led to him responding that too much pressure is being put on Ware, who is just getting consistent minutes as a starter. "We're still working through things, trying to figure out how we can obviously get better through these ups and downs and be more consistent," Adebayo said. "I mean, obviously the second chance points is a big problem that we need to hone in on. But it's not just because we got two bigs out there, you think you're gonna fix a problem. You know you're trying to add pressure to a rookie that just really started getting his minutes and started to get his feet wet. So I don't really look at it in that sense, but we do collectively as a group have to get better in rebounding." The Heat's captain Adebayo would finish with 21 points and 9 rebounds, while Ware had 5 points and 4 rebounds, which is relatively rough compared to his past outings consisting of double-doubles. However, Adebayo kept emphasizing how it would be a work in progress, especially to get to the ideal spacing the team is looking for. "I mean, it's getting great spacing," Adebayo said. "Obviously, like I said, it's a work in progress. It's been a small sample size, so you got to work through it. You know, everybody's gonna point to that because it's like, oh, that's glaring, because that's supposed to be the fix. It's gonna be ups and downs to this. So for us, it's really continuing to stay confident and it'll work." Still, Miami's first-round rookie has been a standout ever since Erik Spoelstra unleashed the long-requested starting duo. Though the Heat head coach would say there are no excuses for getting out-rebounded, since now with Ware added, their frontline has increased in size. The team is currently 23-23, 7th in the East, as they start a 4-game road trip against the San Antonio Spurs on Saturday. Zachary Weinberger is a credentialed Miami Heat reporter and an associate editor covering the NBA at large, NCAA football, and NCAA basketball for Clutch Points. He graduated from Florida Atlantic University in 2022, covering sports at the FAU University Press and later at the Palm Beach Post. Winning trade idea between Warriors, Heat, and Pelicans sees Jimmy Butler join Stephen Curry. In a blockbuster three-team deal, the Golden State Warriors land Jimmy Butler to form a dynamic duo with Stephen Curry, the Miami Heat get younger with Brandon Ingram, and the New Orleans Pelicans continue their rebuild by offloading Ingram for valuable role players. This trade could be the ultimate win-win scenario, if all sides are willing to pull the trigger. The Golden State Warriors are at a crossroads. Their dynasty around Stephen Curry is aging, their young pieces haven't developed as hoped, and they're floating around the lottery of the Western Conference pack, a place no team with Stephen Curry should ever be. If there's one move that could reignite their title hopes, it's landing a battle-tested playoff assassin like Jimmy Butler. Enter the Miami Heat, a franchise that's reached its breaking point with Butler after multiple suspensions and ongoing tension. They're eager to move on, and they'd love to reset their timeline with a younger star like Brandon Ingram. Meanwhile, the New Orleans Pelicans, fully embracing their rebuild, have made it clear that moving Ingram is a priority. This three-team trade could be the solution for all parties involved. The Warriors would land Butler, giving them the defensive versatility and playoff pedigree they've lacked since losing Draymond Green to injury. Miami would get Ingram, a dynamic scoring forward who fits their system while extending their championship window beyond Butler's final years. And the Pelicans? They'd add Andrew Wiggins, a steady two-way player who can mentor their young core, along with valuable depth pieces in Gary Payton II and Alec Burks. For Golden State, this isn't just about winning now, it's about maximizing Curry's twilight years. Butler's grit, defense, and ability to step up in the biggest moments make him a perfect fit for a Warriors team looking for one last dance. But will all sides be willing to take the gamble? Let's break down why this deal makes sense for everyone involved. Proposed trade details. Golden State Warriors receive Jimmy Butler, 2027 second-round pick, NOP via Chi. Miami Heat receive Brandon Ingram, Kyle Anderson, Moses Moody, 2026 first-round pick, GSW. New Orleans Pelicans receive Andrew Wiggins, Gary Payton II, Alec Burks. Underscore 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 underscore. Golden State Warriors keep the dynasty alive and make playoff push. The Golden State Warriors know their championship window is closing, but as long as Stephen Curry is still lacing them up, they have to go all in to not remain as an average team. Jimmy Butler is a proven winner in the playoffs who elevates his game when it matters most. Even if he has hardly put an ounce of effort this season, Butler is still putting up 17.0 points, 5.2 rebounds, and 4.8 assists per game while maintaining his signature defensive presence. Pairing him with Curry would immediately make the Warriors a more dangerous playoff team, as Butler thrives in high-stakes situations, something this current Warriors squad sorely lacks. With Draymond Green's availability constantly in question due to injuries and suspensions, Butler's ability to guard multiple positions and bring intensity on both ends of the floor is exactly what the Warriors need. His two-way dominance would give Curry a co-star who can take over when needed. More importantly, Butler fits into their culture of competitiveness and selflessness. If there's any team that can handle his fiery personality, it's Golden State. Giving up a first-round pick and young talent like Moses Moody stings, but the Warriors don't have the luxury of patience. Wiggins has been inconsistent at best this season, averaging 17.2 points on 44.3% shooting. The team is stuck in a play-in spot with no clear path to contention, unless they take a big swing. Butler might be 35, but his leadership, defensive mindset and playoff experience make him the perfect addition to give the Warriors one last legitimate title shot before Curry eventually rides off into the sunset. It might even be that Butler accepts his $52.4 million player option for next season or negotiates a long-term deal with the Warriors. And are you a fan? What do you think of the Brandon Ingram situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.